Good evening, and welcome to this final quizzing and quarantine night of April. I apologize. One of the things apparently I'm never supposed to do on camera is eat, and you've caught me at the tail end of my impromptu or last-minute dinner, frozen pizza. Can't get any better than this. So I apologize as you are going to watch me finish my dinner as we wait for a couple more people to join us and then kick off our evening of trivia. It means a lot that everyone has made time on this evening when presumably you have nothing better to do to join and play along. So thanks for being here. Frozen za, yeah, not even takeout, just straight out of the freezer into the oven. This is really, we've really seen the let myself go version of quizzing and quarantine over the last number of weeks. The hair looks worse than it has, not really dressed very well. It's been a long day. It's been actually a long 2 days. I'll wait till more people are here to thank everyone properly, but as some people might recall, last night was the sleep out event I was taking part in support of Covenant House. And I slept outside, or I was outside. I didn't really sleep much as a result. So this might be a bit of a surly edition of Quizzing and Quarantine. But nonetheless, it's great to have everyone here. Again, we'll give it a little more time. We've got 52 people on the stream so far. We'll wait till we get up, hopefully a little higher. I should probably put on a hat. I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish my pizza, put on a hat. We'll be back in 30 seconds and kick this evening off properly. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome to another Friday of Quizzing and Quarantine. You know when you're putting on a dirty, mucked up old Jays cap to try and make yourself look more presentable, things are rough. Anyway, it's great to have everyone here. Time to crack what might be the last or one of the last steam whistles of the month. Good chance to just, as always, thank the folks at Steam Whistle for supporting us. I was speaking with them today. They've been nothing but so helpful throughout this whole process and sponsored many a month of these events with prizes and with support. And I wanted to let you know that they are doing free delivery anywhere in Ontario, which is really, really cool. Plus, new Steam Whistle 2-4s are coming preloaded with a sleeve of golf balls, which hopefully will come in handy in the coming weeks in this province when the provincial government realizes that outdoor activity is actually encouraged and a good thing during the pandemic and shouldn't be something that people shy away from when they reopen golf courses. But that's for a different debate. But yeah, thanks so much to Steam Whistle. There's so many great small breweries in this province, Steam Whistle chief among them. So if you get a chance and you're out, support a local brewery, perhaps make it Steam Whistle. And I just want to thank them again for their kindness and their ongoing support and their involvement. They actually they have some corporate teams that play most Friday nights. So thanks to them. And thanks to you for being here. And a huge thank you to everybody who donated to my efforts for Covenant House Sleep Out, which again, as I mentioned, was last night. It was a really tremendous success, despite having to be virtual. Everyone's sleeping in their own outdoor spaces wherever they could safely. I slept on a friend of mine's porch and had a great night. The best part of the night, though, was definitely the fact that with your help, I was able to raise just over $13,000 for Covenant House. That contributed to our larger efforts, and as a group, all 107 of us who did the sleep out, we raised more than $700,000, which is insane to just, you know, when you think about how much money that is, to go to such a great cause as Covenant House, supporting homeless and trafficked youth in our community at a time when they need it most. So thank you, everybody. Of all the people in the different facets of my life, I have to say that the Quizzing and Quarantine crew, I would say, came through most aggressively. There were a lot of my close friends who I was like, hey, where are donations from these folks? And that's okay. But I saw plenty of donations from people on this stream, many of whom I don't even know, in real life. So thank you again. That means an incredible amount. All right, as I mentioned, it's the final Quizzing and Quarantine of the month. We're going to get started in just a second. I will share in the chat the score sheet that everybody needs in order to play. If you're new tonight, here is what you need to do. After every 2 rounds, we will add up the totals of our scores. I'll give you the answers. You mark your own sheet, and you take that score and you input it into this Google Doc, the link to which I will share now. And that's how we track scores. So if you want to compete for prizes, which tonight we got a ton of 12 packs of steam whistle up for grabs. If you want to compete for those, you got to make sure you enter your score into the scorecard. That's pretty much all you need to know. As I said, I'll share this now. And tonight totally is a freebie night. I'm not asking you for money for anything tonight. Just the only request is that you play fair and have fun. Find my channel here. If you are unfamiliar with the night, you're writing down your own answers. After every 2 rounds, we will mark them. The honor system is fully enforced, or at least requested. We ask that you do not cheat, do not use tools like Google or any other trivia aid. Here's the score sheet. And that's pretty much all the rules. I'll explain each round as we go if you're a little confused. Some of them take a little bit of explaining. And you by no means have to be a trivia expert in order to compete tonight. Try to make tonight competitive for some, but accessible for all. So without further ado, we will begin tonight's Quizzing and Quarantine. Starting with round number 1, things I think you should know, 10 random knowledge trivia questions. I will ask each question twice and once at the end of the round. That's pretty much it. All these questions are random knowledge. There's no theme. And we begin tonight, as we often do, with question number 1. Here it is. This is actually a hangover question. I meant to ask this question last week as our Know Your News question. I forgot, but I thought, don't let it go to waste. So this is a Know Your News from 2 weeks ago question number 1. Walter Mondale died last week, former Vice President of the United States. That begs the question, how many living U.S. Vice Presidents, both current and former, are left? Starting the night with an American political question. Motivated by the fact that last week, I believe it was April 19th, that former Vice President Walter Mondale died. In the wake of his death, how many living U.S. Vice Presidents, current and former, are left? Question number 2, things I think you should know. Only one world capital city begins with the letter I. Can you name it? Question number 2. Only one world capital city begins with the letter I. Can you name it? Question number 3, from the world of geography to the world of pop culture, music in particular. Question number 3, who was the first performer born in this millennium to win a Grammy for Record of the Year? Just for definition purposes, because I know it could be a little murky, but I consider the first day of this millennium to be January 1st, 2000. Question number 3 again. Who was the first performer born in this millennium to win a Grammy for Record of the Year? Question number 4. What does a Geiger counter measure? Question number 4. What does a Geiger counter measure? If you're interested, I will spell Geiger, G-E-I-G-E-R. Question number 5. This is a bit of a shot in the dark, literally. Rounded to the nearest 1,000. What is the circumference of the moon? And just because I'm, also surely feeling just a little generous, I will accept 2 answers. So technically, you don't have to get necessarily the nearest 1,000. As long as you get 1,000, the nearest 1,000, either up or down, I will give you a point. The question again, number 5, rounded to the nearest 1,000. What is the circumference of the moon? Oh, good question. In what unit? I'm going to say kilometers, because that's what I have written down. Kilometers. I mean, if you write it in miles, I'll do the conversion too, just because I'm that kind of guy. But ideally in kilometers or inches. Question number 6. Here's a history question. Who was Canada's Prime Minister at the turn of the 20th century? Talking when midnight struck, December 31st, 1899. Who held the office of Prime Minister of Canada at that time? Obviously, 100 years later, it was Jean Chrétien. But you need to go back deep in our country's history. A somewhat complicated, yet beautiful history. And remember, who was the Prime Minister of Canada at the turn of the 20th century? Question number 7. The name of what automaker, when translated into English, literally means the people's car? Question number 7. What automaker, when its name is translated into English, literally means the people's car? Here's question number 8. This is the Know Your News question. And I'm going to apologize because I meant to do a pronouncer check and I did not. So I'm going to probably erroneously state someone's name, and I apologize in advance. But here goes. Question number 8. This week, Chloe Zhao became the second woman and the first woman of color to win the Oscar for Best Director. Who was the first woman to take home the award? Let's see what this Google.
This was the last.
No, not right. Uh-oh. Feedback. I'll read it again, and I apologize because I'm probably saying the name incorrectly. Number 8. This week, Chloe Zhao became the second woman and the first woman of color to win the Oscar for Best Director. Who was the first woman to take home that award? Question number 9. Name the comic strip founded in the year 1960 and created by cartoonist Bill Keane. It is a comic strip still in production today, I believe. And name the comic strip founded in the year 1960 and created by cartoonist Bill Keane, Keane. And finally, the last question in the round, question number 10. Name the film released in 1979 that used the tagline, quote, "In space, no one can hear you scream," in its marketing material. Question number 10. Name the film released in the year 1979 that used the tagline, quote, "In space, no one can hear you scream," in its marketing material. Those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1. I will repeat each question very quickly one more time in case you missed them, especially those folks who are joining us late. Here again, question number 1. Walter Mondale, former Vice President of the United States, died last week. With his death, how many living U.S. Vice Presidents, current and former, are left? Question number 2. Only one world capital city begins with the letter I. Can you name it? Question number 3. Who was the first performer born in this millennium to win a Grammy for Record of the Year? Meaning the first person born on January 1st, 2000 or after to win a Grammy for Record of the Year. Question number 4. What does a Geiger counter measure? Question number 5. Rounded to the nearest 1,000, what is the circumference of the moon in kilometers? Question number 6. Who was Canada's Prime Minister at the turn of the 20th century? Question number 7. The name of what automaker, when translated into English, literally means the people's car? Question number 8. This week, Chloe Zhao became the second woman and the first woman of color to win the Oscar for Best Director. Who was the first woman to take that award home? Question number 9. Name the comic strip founded in 1960 that was created by cartoonist Bill Keane. And finally, number 10, name the film released in 1979 that used the tagline, quote, "In space, no one can hear you scream," in its marketing material. All right, those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1. We're going to move on to round number 2. Lots of great rounds coming up, including a Mother's Day preview round, a Mother's Day mashup that's good for all moms or people who love moms. But first, before we get to that, it's the 10, which is our second round. And here's how this works. I'm going to give you a topic, a list. You have to write down 10 things that correctly exist on that list. And for every correct item, you will get a single point. Tonight, you will have 8 minutes, as is often the case, to complete this list. I'll start the clock as soon as I read the instructions. Tonight, oh, and there's actually, I'm going to give a bonus point, an extra point up for grabs on this round as well. But here you go. Here's the challenge. Name the largest countries in the world by population based on the first 10 letters of the alphabet. Meaning Russia and the United States will not be on this list. Instead, you need the largest country that begins with A, with B, with C, with D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And as a bonus, because there are a lot of them and it's kind of tough, just as a freebie, what is the largest country based on population that begins with the letter S? That's the bonus question. So again, largest countries in the world by population based on the first 10 letters of the alphabet plus the letter S. 8 minutes on the clock beginning now. Oh, pardon me, I see questions coming in now. Let me take a look here. So is it one country per letter? Correct. Yes. So you need one country for A, one country for B, one country for C, all the way down to J. Correct. J is right in the chat. If we were doing the other, the letters at the bottom end, I don't know. I'm trying. I think I've explained this. Do we still get this? Do you get this now? One country for A, one country for B, and the largest country that begins with A is the answer for A. Thanks, Sean. Glad you're enjoying it. In case you're wondering, I should do a time check. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this round. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, that is time. Time to put down any writing utensil that you may have been using to complete that round, and we will take up the questions from rounds 1 and rounds 2, starting with rounds 1. Keeping in mind every question in round 1 was worth a single point. I don't believe that we gave away any bonus points. No. So this round is out of a possible score of 10. We'll take up these 2 rounds, and then I'll invite you to enter your scores into the Google Doc. Here we go. Starting with question number 1, round 1. Walter Mondale died. How many vice presidents does that leave left living, current and former? The answer, 6. In reverse chronological order, that would be the current vice president, Kamala Harris, Mike Pence, Joe Biden, Dick Cheney, Al Gore, and Dan Quayle. 6. Question number 2. Only one world capital city begins with the letter I. Can you name it? You had to think Asia, think Pakistan, and you hopefully came out with Islamabad. Islamabad, the only world capital beginning with I. Question number 3, the only performer, or so I should say the first performer, I'm not sure if there have been any others, born in this millennium to win a Grammy for Record of the Year. I believe it was in 2019 that this young woman cleaned up. Billie Eilish is the answer. Billie Eilish. Question number 4, what does a Geiger counter measure? Radioactivity. Question number 5, rounded to the nearest 1,000. What is the circumference of the moon? And I did say I would take 2 answers, the low and the high. The actual answer, though, is 10,921 kilometers in circumference. So if you guessed 10,000 or if you guessed 11,000, you get a point. Question number 6, who was Canada's Prime Minister at the turn of the 20th century? He served in office for almost 15 years, 1896 until 1911. Lots named after him, including a large university, Wilfrid Laurier. Laurier is the correct answer to question number 6. Question number 7. What automaker, when translated into English, literally means the people's car? That would be Volkswagen. Volkswagen is number 7. Number 8, this week, Chloe Zhao became the second woman, the first woman of color, to win an Oscar for Best Director. She follows the other female director who has won this prize. That would be Catherine Bigelow, winning for The Hurt Locker. Question number 9, the comic strip that was founded in the year 1960 and was created by cartoonist Bill Keane, now done, I believe, by his son, Dan Keane? I forget his son's name. But the comic strip is Family Circus. You know, little Billy running around the yard, leaving the dots, the trails. Family Circus is the correct answer to number 9. And finally, number 10, the film released in 1979 that used as its slogan, quote, "In space, no one can hear you scream," is Alien. Sigourney Weaver, directed by Ridley Scott. Alien, the answer. That brings us to round, no, I'm sorry, Jason, will not accept that as a bonus point. I don't even know how to begin to pronounce that. On to the 10. Again, you needed to name the 10 countries that are largest in size, or the single country that is largest in size that starts with A through J. Here we go. We will start with A. Some of these are obvious, others a little tough. A, not so obvious. A is Argentina. Argentina. B, Brazil. That one is probably a bit more obvious. C, certainly obvious. China is C. D, if you follow Quizzing and Quarantine on Instagram, if you don't, you should. But if you follow it, we actually had a question about this country this week because it is the largest country by population that has French as an official language. Also the largest country in the world that begins with D. It is the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Question number E, a little tougher, or letter E rather. Ethiopia is E. France is the largest country that begins with the letter F. Under G, it's Germany, the largest G country in the world. H, this is also a tough one. You might think Hungary or Honduras, you'd be wrong. This might be the smallest large country on this list, but it's Haiti. Haiti is the largest country based on population, begin with the letter H. I is obvious as well. India is I, and for J, it is Japan. On to the bonus question. You need to know what country began with the letter S and is largest in size of all the countries that begin with the letters S. And there are 20 countries to choose from, 20 S countries in the world. But the one that is largest is South Africa. It has 6 million more people than South Korea. South Africa at 57 million, I believe, and South Korea at 51, roughly. All right. I encourage you now to please head over to our Google Doc and enter your team name, your email address, as well as the scores from rounds 1 and rounds 2. And we'll give you about, 30 seconds to do that. And then we will take a moment to introduce all teams playing tonight. As a little incentive, the Quizzing and Quarantine Instagram account, while I'm not super diligent about this, I am trying to post one question a day. Keep you fresh in this weird time. And I encourage you, send it to some friends, tag and follow. What do the kids say? Tag and follow, like and follow, which also applies to this YouTube channel if you get a chance. If you're not following it yet, please do. I think we're up to over 450 subscribers now, but like and subscribe, please do. All right, already got 37 teams registered tonight. I'll give it another 15 seconds, and then we'll start reading out team names. All right. As I said, it means so much to have everyone here. All 43 teams, it looks like, tonight who are competing in no particular order, or perhaps in the order in which people, I guess, entered their responses. I'll take a moment here and introduce all the teams that are playing, see who's come up with the quippiest, wittiest name. We've got, I went to Toronto and all I got were 3 paid sick days. Well done, I like that. I don't think. Robert Cajun, winning personalities, cotton balls, Peggy's COVID-19, COVID-19? Peggy, okay, Peggy's COVID-19. I like that. Took me a second. We got Portal Pilgrims, thank you for another month. You're welcome for another month. We've got Brooklyn Bikini Babes, D's Nuts, A Tribe Called Questions, Quizabella Rossellini, crustaceanhub.com, Shit's Not Quite as Bleak, Quizin Quarantinos, A Little Jab Will Do Ya, Blue Jays Level of Excellence Removal Committee, A Case of the Mondays, COVID-19, We Don't Know Jack, Jackie Channing Tatum, You're a Quizzard Harry, Thigh Masters of the Universe, Fresh Avocado, Big Brian Academy Blowing in the Wind, The Co-Leads, Quizzing the Night Away, 80s Babies Soon to Be Vaccinated. I got my vax this week and I'm an 80s baby, but I live in a hot spot. It feels great though. Best injection ever. Penny and the Jets, COVID Positive Vibes, Older But Pfizer. Oh, that is good. I like that. Tit Soup for the Fuck Ford Soul, Cabin Fever Fight Club, 77 Cohill Drive, Monocle Horrors, Second Last, Dan's My Man, Dollarama School of Public Health, Team Fine Balance. We'd play more trivia, but we only have 3 sick days. That's good too. Portrait of the Artist as a Young Dog, Fubar, Doug Ford's Windy Tent, Batmoose and the Quizzly Bears, Quiz and Quarantinos, perhaps again. The country with the largest population is my beer fridge. A hat that 90s needs a hat that 90s needs a sicker curve. Hit that 90s needs a sicker curve. Is this my hat? Cork Soakers, and those are all the teams. I believe those are all the teams playing tonight. All 47 of you, 47 teams, I should say. So thank you for registering. Great to have you with us. Checking the questions. Smash that subscribe. Yes. All right. Moving on to round number 3. We are getting close to our Mama Mashup round, which is going to be round number 4. Questions about moms, famous and otherwise. So buckle up, and if you've got a mom nearby, pull her in. She might be able to help. But then before we get to that, it's been a heavy news week. As I'm doing this, I'm seeing tweets and emails from colleagues about this horrendous release of a report on the long-term care homes in the province. It's been a lot of heavy news the last 14 months. So instead of focusing on the heavy news, tonight's picture this round is a little more, how would you say, I guess, optimistic. I am going to share a document in just a moment. It's going to contain 10 images. These are not edited, but these are snipped images, parts of images that are reflective in my mind, and I get that this is somewhat subjective, but reflective in my mind of good news stories throughout history. I'd say throughout the last, well, I guess 100 years, but most of them are within my lifetime, probably our lifetime. You have to guess what that event was. And I get that the wording doesn't have to be exactly right, but you've got to get the general idea of the event that is captured in that photo. So I'm going to open this document, or I'm going to share this document rather. I'm going to first ensure that you cannot, that you will be able to open it. I'll give you 8 minutes to complete this round. And again, these are all, in my opinion, good news stories. 8 minutes on the clock. starting now. Again, click that link, look through those screen grabs if you're just joining us. I see some more people logging on to the stream. This is the picture this round. Each picture is worth a single point if you can guess the good news story from history that occurred in that picture depicts. Four and a half minutes left in the round. 4.5 minutes to choose. The description in the document is wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? As previously mentioned, I didn't sleep last night, and I did trivia a little last minute today, and I used the template from last week. So apologies. Ignore the description. I will eat that one. That was last week's description, but this week's photos for the picture this round. Thank you. Your kindness is appreciated. No, no spam. It does not have to have happened post 1980. In fact, I would say though that the vast majority, I have it open in front of me. I would say the vast, vast majority happened post 1980. Checking the time. 90 or not even 9. 2 seconds left. All right. That is it. Time to put down your writing utensils, and we will take up the answers to this in a second. Before we do that, though, as promised, it's time for the Mama Mashup round. Here is how this is going to work. For many of you loyal quizzing and quarantiners, or more specifically drinkers and thinkers, when we used to meet in person, there were a couple specific types of rounds that I would do that I haven't been able to do with great success or great frequency during the quizzing and quarantine. Those would be the music round, the movie round, and with varying frequency before and after. Tonight's Mama Mashup incorporates all 3 of those rounds and all with a mom-themed perspective. All these questions relate to moms or mom-like answers in some way. We will start with question number 1, which is emblematic, and only one question is emblematic of this round, emblematic of the things I think you should know round, which we've already done. But here is question number 1 for the Mama Mashup before we get on to music. Question number 1, what is Simba's mom's name in the movie The Lion King? Question number 1, Mama Mashup. What is Simba's mom's name in the Disney classic The Lion King? Question number 2, moving on to the music round. And this question will actually be worth 2 points. 1 if you get the correct artist, and 1 if you get the correct song title. I'm going to read out lyrics from a song. Again, all of these answers have something to do with moms. And you have to write down the song title and the artist. Here we go. Question number 1. Cardboard, masks of all the people I've been, thrown out with all the rusted, tangled, dented, goddamn miseries. You could say I'm hard to hold, but if you knew me, you'd know. A single point for the artist and a single point for the song title. I will read those lyrics again. Song number 1, which is question number 2. Cardboard, masks of all the people I've been, thrown out with all the rusted, tangled, dented, goddamn miseries. You could say I'm hard to hold, but if you knew me, you'd know. Here's question number 3, also a song. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Again, song title and artist. Each will earn you a point. Again, question number 3, song number 3. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Here is question number 4, another song. I can't for the life of me remember a Saturday. I know they say let it be, but it just don't work out that way. And the course of a lifetime runs over and over again. Again, question number 4. I can't for the life of me remember a Saturday. I know they say let it be, but it just don't work out that way. And the course of a lifetime runs over and over again. Don't forget, song title and artist each were the point. We now move on to the before and after round. Fan favorite. We'll give you 3 before and after round questions, all obviously with the mama mashup theme. Question number 1. You head to this annual event in Austin with George's mom. Question number 5, the first of the before and afters in this round. You head to this annual event in Austin with George's mom. Jay, if you're not a fan of the music, you'll be happy to know there are only 3 questions. Normally there are 10 music round questions. I've truncated this for the Mama Mashup round. Only 3 music questions and 3 before and afters. Here is the second before and after, which is question number 6. Maternal matriarch of nursery rhymes takes flight in this Labradorian town. Question number 6. Maternal matriarch of nursery rhymes takes flight in this Labradorian town. Here's question number 7. Before and after. Neil Patrick Harris listens to stories about the day you first encountered the head of a female religious community. Again, question number 7. Neil Patrick Harris listens to stories about the day you first encountered the head of a female religious community. For the final 3 questions of the round, question 8, question 9, question 10, we transition to the movie round. As we've learned, it's really hard to play movie clips that you can hear. At least I just haven't invested in that technology yet. So instead, what I'm going to do is add in the chat right now. Similar to the picture this round, it's a link. There are 3 scenes from 3 different movies. You have to write down the movie titles that these scenes are from. CJ, someone likes the music. Kathy likes the music. All right, click on that link. These make up the final 3 points in the round. I'll give you, I don't know, 3 minutes. I feel like 3 minutes is enough to complete this. And then I will read the earlier questions one more time. I'll give you as much time as it takes me to pour myself another steam whistle. All right. Hopefully you've been able to figure out some of those movies. I'll go back, though, before we finish this round. I'll go back and read the first couple of questions again. If you need them, repeat it again. Starting with question number 1 was a general knowledge question related to the Mama Mashup round. It is this. What was the name of Simba's mom from Disney's The Lion King? Question number 2, the first in the music. The lyrics were, cardboard, masks of all the people I've been, thrown out with all the rusted, tangled, dented, goddamn miseries. You could say I'm hard to hold, but if you knew me, you'd know. Question number 2, or sorry, song number 2, but it is question number 3. I make this confusing, I apologize. Don't call it a comeback, I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. And question number 4. I can't for the life of me remember a Saturday. Not the day of the week, but a Saturday, S-A-D-D-E-R. Saturday. I know they say let it be, but it just won't work out that way. And the course of a lifetime runs over and over again. Question number 5, the first of the before and afters. You head to this annual event in Austin with George's mom. Question number 6. Maternal matriarch of nursery rhymes takes flight in this Labradorian town. And number 7. Neil Patrick Harris listens to stories about the day you first encountered the head of a female religious community. Good question, Jay. It is George's, the second. George's with the apostrophe. All right. That is the conclusion of round number 4. We will go back in time to round number 3 and take up the answers. Oh, well, I realized I didn't give you the averages of rounds 1 and 2. I'll do that in a second as well. But first, here are the answers to round number 3. As I indicated, you have to have the right spirit of the event. It doesn't have to be exactly correct. Picture number 1, that is Joe Carter famously hitting a home run and winning the back-to-back World Series for the Blue Jays. I will accept Blue Jays World Series win or any variation of that for picture number 1. Picture number 2 contains the hands of what was then known as the two Michaels. Now, another story is in Canadian history has replaced the term the two Michaels. But these were the two Michaels who in 2003 became the first to legally wed in the province of Ontario. So I'll take anything, the legalization of same-sex marriage or legalization of gay marriage or first gay marriage in Canada. I will accept any of those for good news event number 2 is gay marriage legalized in Canada. Good news event number 3. Those are all people wearing 80s denim sitting on a wall. The wall's rather important. It's the Berlin Wall, the fall of the Berlin Wall. Number 4, that is the fist of Nelson Mandela prior to becoming the president of South Africa, but at the time that apartheid ended in that country. So end of apartheid is the correct answer for number 4. Number 5, if you look closely, you can make out the flag of Chile. And if you look even closer, you can see some wheels on that odd device. That was the capsule that went down and rescued the Chilean miners who had been trapped for months at a time, months at that point. Rescue of Chilean miners. Number 6, that young girl is holding her ears as the crowds in front of Buckingham celebrate. She was a flower girl in the marriage of Prince William and Kate Middleton. Marriage of William and Kate, which I believe today or yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of. Number 7, that is, he had his moment of infamy. That is Plant Guy. Therefore, that picture represents the championship win of the Toronto Raptors. That actually, believe it or not, that happened live on global television. We were doing a live broadcast celebrating the Raptors win. And I was in the control room, and our director was like, "We should bail on this. This guy is definitely going to swear." And I said, "Fuck that. He has a plant or a tree in his hand. This is great television. Let's stay on this." And we did, and we got a clip that netted us now. I don't know how many millions of views it's gotten, but Pat tipped to Mark Carcassol, the reporter who's just out of frame, you can't see, who interviewed Plant Guy. Great moment of television for us, and emblematic of the Raptors win, which is the correct answer. The royal wedding, yeah, I'll take royal wedding, Krista. Technically, you probably should have been a little more specific because there have been a lot of royal weddings, but I think we know the one you're referring to. Number 8, I'm going to be specific on this, somewhat specific. This is a gold medal Team Canada win, but it's the women's gold medal Team Canada win. Smoking cigars and chugging champagne on center ice, and we're stupidly, wrongly criticized for that. But so I'm going to make sure you give shout outs to the Team Canada, women's Team Canada. So you have to have, it has to be gender specific in order to earn the point for question number 8. Question number 9 is the invention of penicillin. That is Alexander Fleming, the Scottish, I was going to say physicist, but I guess he was a biologist. Scientist who invented penicillin, the invention of penicillin. And finally, the last picture in the round, that is an outstretched arm of the great Usain Bolt, setting the record for fastest 100 meters. Usain Bolt's fastest 100 meters. And yes, I assume there might be some discrepancies. Will you take Nelson Mandela? Good question. I'm torn on this because Nelson Mandela was a part of a lot of history. I'm going to say apartheid. I'm going to say the end of apartheid. I'm not just going to say Nelson Mandela because yes, that is his hand, but it was more the news event as opposed to the person. So I'm going to expect. I'm going to. If you don't have apartheid in it, I will not give you the point. Colonel Sanders is correct. Yes. No, I will not accept that. Though I see the the mix-up. All right, again, recapping. Jays World Series win. Same-sex marriage legalized in Canada. Berlin Wall coming down. End of apartheid. Rescue of Chilean miners. Royal wedding of William and Kate. Raptors win the NBA championship. Women's Team Canada win at the Olympics, gold medal. Invention of penicillin. And fastest Usain Bolt's Olympic win. Yeah, I'll accept that too. Usain Bolt's Olympic win. Yeah, Justin, fair enough, worth a shot. All right, moving on to the answers for the next round, the Mala mashup round. All your favorite rounds rolled into one. Yeah, I knew not everyone would agree what defines good news, but I am the judge and jury. All right. Oh, look, Christopher and Jessica. Either you guys are in the same house or you're meant to be best friends or partners or lovers or something. That is wild that you both said that at the same time. All right, on to the Mama mashup question. The first question. I don't think it was his prison release, but I'll have to go back and check. Anyway, Simba's mom, I meant to double check this too because I kind of wrote that on the fly, is Sarabi. Sarabi is Simba's mom. That's the answer for question number one. Question number two, Cardboard Masks is All the People I've Been. Those are lyrics from Good Mother by Jan Arden. Good Mother by Jan Arden. You get a single point for the correct artist and a single point for the correct song title. Number two, Don't Call to Come Back, I've Been Here for Years. Those are lyrics from the song Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J. Number three, I Can't for the Life of Me Remember a Sadder Day. Those are lyrics from Mother and Child Reunion by the great Paul Simon. Before and after. You head to this annual event in Austin with George's mom. That would be South by Southwestel Getty. Southwest and not Estelle Getty. I'm getting my questions confused. South by Southwestel Costanza. Estelle Costanza, George's mom in Seinfeld, South by Southwest, popular event in Austin. Next one, number six. Maternal matriarch of nursery rhymes takes flight in this Labradorian town, and I know folks from Labrador will say that's not fully the name of the town. I get that, but I'm looking for Mother Goose Bay. Technically, the town or the city is Happy Valley Goose Bay, but they used to be separate. Again, the answer, Mother Goose Bay. And finally, in the before and after portion of this round, Neil Patrick Harris listens to stories about the day you first encountered the head of a female religious community. The answer, How I Met Your Mother Superior. On to the movie round, or I should say the movie portion of this round. You needed to know the names of the three films that were depicted in the scenes that I shared. Scene number one, if you look closely, you might be able to make out quite a young Christina Applegate. She starred in the movie Don't Tell Mom, the Babysitter's Dead. Number two, a very naked Sylvester Stallone with a very clothed Estelle Getty. And that would be the film Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And finally, number three, classic film. I've never actually seen this full film, but it's Mommy Dearest. Mommy Dearest. Again, those three films. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and Mommy Dearest. That concludes the points and answers, rather, for round number 4. Please, at this time, head back over to that Google form and fill out your answers, fill out your scores for rounds 3 and rounds 4. Jason, it sounds like you need some clarity on something. In case you're wondering, too, how you did or how your work compared to other folks in rounds 1 and 2, the average score for round 1, significantly higher than last week for round 1. The average score was 7. And for round 2, the average score, 8. Jeez. This crowd is on fire already. 7 and 8. So the average score combined for round for rounds 1 and 2 was 15. Jason, you missed the movie thing? Oh, I'm sorry. I shared in the chat a link to a PDF that had 3 still images from movies. I'm sorry you missed that. All right. Looks like most of the scores are coming in already for round 3 and rounds 4. I'll give another 10 seconds before we move on to rounds 5 and round 6. I don't know how you missed that, Jason. I apologize. I think it appears you're the only one who missed it, though. I think, I hope. All right, in case you're wondering, the average score for round 3, which was the picture this round, Happy News Events, the average score was 7. Smart group tonight. And the average score for round 4, the Mama Mashup, Happy Mother's Day, advance, not this Sunday in case I don't want people freaking out. This score was out of a possible 13. Right? Yeah, I believe. 7 out of the possible 13. Smart crew. Well, I see someone gave themselves a 14. It wasn't out of 14, was it? I think 13 was the max. If you gave yourself 14, I would go back and change your score. You can always go back and correct the score. Yeah. If you made it, just to recap, the 3 music questions were out of 2 points each. Everything else is out of 1 point. I've definitely overcomplicated this, but you can go back and make a change. Thank you. I see the team that had entered an erroneous score changed up their score, and I appreciate that. All right, on to rapid fire. Math is hard. Here we go. On to rapid fire, which is different only in that I don't repeat the questions at the end of the round. I just repeat them twice and then it's done. And there's always a theme to rapid fire. Last week, it was every answer had a day of the week in the answer, and I somewhat continued that theme this week, but every correct answer has a month in the answer. So if your answer does not contain one of the 12 months of the year, it's going to be wrong. Also, it needs another word. It can't just be a month. It has to be a month. There are other words around it, if you get what I mean. If you just say, September, you're going to be wrong. Any repeats? I'll let you figure that out. I don't want to. I feel like I've given you enough, Jennifer, tonight. So yeah, there might be repeats, there might not. You'll have to guess and figure it out yourself. All right, here we go. Reading them twice and not once at the end of the round. Rapid fire begins now. Question number 1. One of the 5 performers nominated for the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 2010. Oh, I should mention this is the Hebrew calendar we are talking about, just to be specific. I'm kidding. Maybe I'll try that one day. I don't know. I had a tough enough time writing this round. Question number one again. No, this is Gregorian. Question number one. One of the 5 performers nominated for the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 2010. Adam, just to answer your question, no, this Google Sheet doesn't do half points very well, so full point for the artist, full point for the song title. And yes, every answer has a month in it. So far, this is not very rapid. I apologize. Here's question number 2 in the rapid fire round. Held on October 16th, 1995 in Washington, D.C. That's pretty funny, Jason. I laughed in my head when I read that. Slow burn, not rapid fire. Question number 2, though, again. Held on October 16th, 1995 in Washington, D.C. Question number 3. Television reporter for Channel 6 News. Again, you cannot just have the name of a month. You need another adjoining word before or after, or words. Again, number 3, the question, television reporter for Channel 6 News. Question number 4, the debut from Tom Clancy. Question number 4, the debut from Tom Clancy. Question number 5. She died 3 months after appearing in the video for the 2003 Grammy-nominated song, Hurt. Question number 4. She died 3 months after appearing in the video for the 2003 Grammy-nominated song, Hurt. Question number 6. And it's one more day up in the canyons, and it's one more night in Hollywood. If you think that I could be forgiven, I wish you could. Question number 6. Protests in St. Petersburg in 1917. Again, question number 6. Protests in St. Petersburg in 1917. Question number 7. Sorry, question number 8, rather. Next question. Of the 2 films that have netted Oliver Stone a Best Director Oscar, this is the one that fits this category. Again, of the 2 films that have netted Oliver Stone a Best Director Oscar, this is the one that fits this category. Number 9. The War Measures Act is enacted for the first time in Canadian history during peacetime. Oh, I don't think I did do canyons twice. I should do that again. I'm distracted with something. I apologize. Like in a lot of things, I'm going to blame the provincial government. I'll go back and read that one again, the one that I missed, Jay. I apologize. But again, number 9, the War Measures Act is enacted for the first time in Canadian history during peacetime. And finally, the last question in this round. Pulitzer Prize winning playwright behind Fences, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and other works in the Pittsburgh Cycle. That might be the genius point in the round. Again, that question. Pulitzer Prize winning playwright behind Fences, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and other works in the Pittsburgh Cycle. And as I promised, and I apologize for not reading the earlier question twice, the question that you're referring to, Jay, is this. And it's one more day up in the canyons, and it's one more night in Hollywood. If you think that I could be forgiven, I wish you would. All right, and don't forget, just as a reminder, all of those questions will only be correct if they include one of the 12 Gregorian months in the answer. The 12 months that we all know and love. All right, moving on to the final round of the evening, which is the final Jeopardy round. These are questions that I have not written, have been written by well-paid Hollywood writers who produced Jeopardy, so you can't dispute the content of them, again, because I'm not responsible. You're going to want to know when this episode aired so that that can kind of define the confines of these questions. These questions aired on an episode of Jeopardy Thursday, March 5th, 2009. Just over, 12 years ago. I will repeat the categories and the clues twice and once at the end of the round, starting with question number 1. The category, mit den Beatles, in German. The clue, the Beatles honed their chops playing clubs in the Reeperbahn, a red light district in this German port city. Question number 1, again, mit den Beatles. The clue, the Beatles honed their chops playing clubs in the Reeperbahn, a red light district in this German port city. Question number 2, the category, I'm in such a state. The clue, the fact that some vehicles have gone more than 600 miles per hour on its Bonneville salt flats amazes me. Again, question number 2, the category, I'm in such a state. And the clue, the fact that some vehicles have gone more than 600 miles per hour on its Bonneville salt flats amazes me. Question number 3, pluralize it. The clue, an ox has a hard life. So when you see a group of them, please call them this, not oxes. Again, question number 3, the category, pluralize it. The clue, an ox has a hard life. So when you see a group of them, please call them this, not oxes. Question number 4, the category, that's the fact, Jack. The clue, in July 1918, this world leader was executed in the Ural Mountains. Ural spelled U-R-A-L. Again, question number 4, the category, that's the fact, Jack. The clue, in July 1918, this world leader was executed in the Ural Mountains. Question number 5, the category common bonds, a little cryptic, but in this category, Alex would read 3 seemingly random items, and contestants had to identify what the common bond was between all 3. The category common bonds, the clue, a rhino, a steering wheel, a Marsalis brother. Category again, common bonds, and the clue, a rhino, a steering wheel, a Marsalis brother. Question number 6, common blondes, with an L this time, common blondes. In this category, Alex would read the names of films that certain blonde actors or actresses starred in, and contestants had to name the blonde actor or actress who appeared in those films. Category again, common blondes, and the clue, Charlie's Angels, Vanilla Sky. Question number 7, the category, Body language. In this category, Alex would read a description of a word, and contestants that identify that word. All these words are also parts of the body. Body language is the category, the clue. Cool, with it, stylish. The category is body language, and the clue, cool, with it, stylish. Question number 8, the category, shake, rattle, and roll. The clue, also slang for losing a defender and scoring in basketball, this food coating is applied by using a plastic bag. Any meal that you're making while employing a plastic bag is just one step above the frozen pizza I had for dinner, in my opinion. Prove me wrong. Again, question number 8, the category, shake, rattle, and roll. The clue, also slang for losing a defender and scoring in basketball. This food coating is applied by using a plastic bag. Span, thank you for recognizing that, because I am near the end. Also getting text from the Premier of Ontario's office at 10 o'clock at night with lame complaints. Category again is for question number 8, shake, rattle, and roll. Also slang for losing it. Oh, I've already read that twice. Number 9, category, the angel Gabriel. The clue. In the New Testament, Gabriel appears to Zacharias and tells him that his wife Elizabeth will give birth to this person. Question number 9, the category, the angel Gabriel, and the clue. In the New Testament, Gabriel appears to Zacharias and tells him that his wife Elizabeth will give birth to this person. Question number 10, the category, physics. The clue. In refraction, radiation passes from one medium to another. This is when radiation bends around an obstacle's edge. Category for number 10 is physics, and the clue. In refraction, radiation passes from one medium to another. This is when radiation bends around an obstacle's edge. Lastly, the final Jeopardy question of the night. It is worth a bonus point, an 11th point in this round. The Jeopardy final category on this night, way back in March of 2009, was Franco-American history. Everyone's favorite. The clue is this. After a large French army was wiped out by yellow fever on this island in 1802, Napoleon decided to sell Louisiana. Category again, Franco-American history. The clue. After a large French army was wiped out by yellow fever on this island in 1802, Napoleon decided to sell Louisiana. All right, that brings us to the end of round number 6, the final round of the night. Do you need the repeats of these questions? Happy to do it if people need it, but if people don't, won't waste our time, but let me know. No repeats for Jennifer. All right, unless someone else is going to weigh in. Jennifer is voting on behalf of the group. My pleasure, Spam. This is, despite being dead tired, this is a highlight of my week. I can honestly say that, as sad as that sounds. Question number 9, sure. I can go back to number 9. Number 9, the category was the angel Gabriel, and the clue. In the New Testament, Gabriel appears to Zacharias and tells him that his wife Elizabeth will give birth to this person. Oh, number 10. Sure. Number 10, the category is physics. And the clue, in refraction, radiation passes from one medium to another, into another. This is when radiation bends around an obstacle's edge. Nora is asking for question number 4. Number 4, the category was, that's the fact, Jack. No quotations, meaning the word Jack does not need to exist in the answer. Maybe don't need to clarify that, but that might help you out. Here's the clue. In July 1918, this world leader was executed in the Ural Mountains. All right. Sounds like those are all the questions that need repeated. We will go instead now back to the beginning of round number 5, which was the rapid fire round, and we'll take up the answers to that round. Starting with question number 1 in round rapid fire. Here we go. Of the 5 performers nominated for an Emmy of Outstanding Actress in 2010, she was one of them. Her name, January Jones. Number 2, it was held on October 16th, 1995 in Washington, D.C. It connected to the ongoing demand for civil rights. The answer, Million Man March. Million Man March. Number 3, television reporter for Channel 6 News. This is a tough one, a little obscure, but if you know, you know. April O'Neil, friend and confidant, maybe? Concubine? I don't know what she really was. April O'Neil of the Ninja Turtles, of Ninja Turtles fame. Number 4, debut from Tom Clancy. I didn't realize this is his first book and became so successful, turned into a big Hollywood movie and a big video game. Hunt for Red October. Hunt for Red October. She died, this is the question number 5. She died 3 months after appearing in the video for the song Hurt, the remake, actually. The original is 9 Inch Nails, but the remake was Johnny Cash. She is June Carter Cash, or June Carter. Number 6, it's One More Day Up in the Canyons. It's One More Night in Hollywood. If you think that I could be forgiven, I wish you would. The answer, those are song lyrics. A Long December. A Long December. I was gonna, and someone reminded me over text that I could have done a twofer here because it's from the album August and Everything After by the band Counting Crows, but all you needed to know was A Long December. Number 7, protests in St. Petersburg in 1917. This might have been a tough one unless you're a real history buff. That would be the February Revolution in Russia. February Revolution. I will, there is some historians who refer to it as the March Revolution because it extended into March. If you said March Revolution and were confident, if you were thinking of the right revolution, I'll give you that point. But I was looking for February Revolution. Next up, question number 8. Of the 2 films that have netted Oliver Stone a Best Director Oscar, this is the one that fits the category. His first was Platoon. His second, Born on the 4th of July. I was going to ask the question, this is the first movie that netted Tom Cruise an Oscar nomination, but I figured that might be too obvious. So instead I went this Oliver Stone route. But the answer for both is Born on the 4th of July. Number 9, the War Measures Act is enacted for the first time in Canadian history during peacetime. That, of course, was the October crisis. Just watch me, as Pierre Trudeau famously said, the FLQ crisis. And finally, number 10, Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright between The Man Behind Fences, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and other works that were part of the Pittsburgh cycle. I believe there were 9 or 10 plays that made up the pantheon of August Wilson's work. August Wilson, a very successful, beloved, and incredible African-American playwright, August Wilson. All right, those are the answers to round 5. Round 6, Jeopardy. Each worth a point. Starting with question number 1, the Beatles question. In what port city did they hone their chops? That would be Hamburg, Germany. Number 2, what state will you find Bonneville salt flats in? That would be Utah. Utah, the correct answer. Number 3, the plural for ox is not oxes, but oxen, O-X-E-N, oxen. Number 4, this was a tough one. July 1918 saw what world leader executed? Tsar Nicholas II. Tsar Nicholas II. Number 5, common bonds, Rhino, steering wheel, Marsalis brothers. All of them, things with horns. Things with horns. Number 6, common blondes, Charlie's Angels and Vanilla Sky, starring in both those films, Cameron Diaz. Number 7, body language, cool, with it, stylish, all descriptions of the word hip, also a body part. A term in basketball, plus food coating applied using a plastic bag, shake and bake. Shake and bake. Number 9, Angel Gabriel. Who was it that Zacharias tells him and his wife Elizabeth would give birth to? John the Baptist. John the Baptist. Number 10, physics. In refraction, radiation passes from one medium to another. This is when radiation bends around an obstacle's edge. That would be diffraction. Diffraction. You're asking icing, Jennifer, for number 8. I don't think icing, and icing is certainly a term in hockey, don't think it's a term in basketball. So I'm going to say no. But physics, diffraction was question number 10. And finally, the final Jeopardy clue about Franco-American history. French army wiped out by yellow fever on what island in 1802? The island that is now home to the Dominican Republic and Haiti. It is Hispaniola. Hispaniola. Yeah, you don't know that's a fact, Jack. I don't really know why they named it that category, which is why I clarified saying you didn't need to have Jack in the answer. That's the fact, Jack. I don't know. Maybe Jack Nicholas read the I don't know. Half point for Haiti? No, because Haiti's not the island. Haiti's a country that is now on it. All right. Please now take up your honorable scores, or your truthful scores. Not that there's any reason to believe that people here don't tell the truth, but input your scores into the Google Doc, and we will come back. Well, we're not going anywhere, but we will have the answers for the finals. Scores and prizes in just a moment. I know a lot of people have been asking about May trivia. I'm still on the fence about that. I'm hoping to maybe bring it back in some way in May. Please keep an eye out on our Instagram account, Quizzing in Quarantine, and our Facebook page, which is Drink Think TO, and subscribe to this channel. Lots of ways to find out. Still looking for a sponsor though. Steam Whistle has been amazing. But we're looking to secure another sponsor. So if you're interested, or if you know of a sponsor who'd be interested, shoot me a note on any of the platforms. I can tell you though that something to look forward to. That on Thursday, May 27th, we're coming back with a second fundraiser for UNHCR, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. And they are getting on board again, and that's a great event. It's a ticketed event, but it's you buy a ticket for your team, it goes to a great cause, and there are some great prizes and all this kind of stuff. So definitely we'll be here on May 27th. Other Fridays in May, TBD, looking like we might take a break. The weather's nice. I think we could all maybe use less screen time, but if people really want it, if a sponsor steps up, then I'm game. So we'll keep an eye on the socials for that. Excuse me. I got the burps now. All right, checking in on our scores. Looks like most teams have already inputted. I'll give you another 10 seconds, let's say, to add a score for rounds 5 and round 6. Thank you again as well to everybody who have been so incredibly generous with the fundraising efforts for Covenant House. If you missed it, because of you and because of others in my life, I was able to raise over $13,000 over the last month for Covenant House, a youth homeless shelter that helps young people throughout the GTA. Thank you so much. Yeah, with that, I will give you the averages for rounds 5 and 6. Let's see, the average for round 5, which was the rapid fire round. Tough. People didn't do as well on round 5 as they did on earlier rounds. It was a little cryptic. The average score for round 5 rapid fire was 6. Lowest average of the night, but that's still impressive. And the average score for round number 6, which was the Jeopardy round, average score 7. Altogether, quite a high scoring night. Let me just add up here the scores for everybody. Everyone who wins tonight is going home with a 12-pack of Steam Whistle. And due to my own negligence, we're a little delayed on getting the gift certificates in and out to you, but send me a note or I'll email you and get your address, and we will make sure that everyone gets their Steam Whistle gift certificates. I know I'm a couple weeks backlog, but we'll make sure we get them out. My team of trivia assistants, aka just me, will process those and make sure you get them as soon as possible. All right, some very strong scores all across the board tonight. In case you're wondering what the average score per team was, the average score for this final Friday in April, 42. So congratulations. If you scored above 42, you are above average, or if you scored 42, you are average. And if you didn't score 42, that's okay. Maybe you're eligible for an ultimate prize, the prize for the team that comes in second last. And here's a little fact. It's the exact same prize as the first place team gets. So really, who's laughing now? All right, here we go. In penultimate place tonight with still a very impressive score and getting a 12-pack of beer. Congratulations to Brooklyn Bikini Babes. Well done. Well done. Looking at the other end of the leaderboard, let me just do this here. People are still getting in their late scores. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I mess this up somehow? Oh, shit. Let's see. No, I think I got it. We just got a late score, so we got to add just a little bit here. All right. All right. So thank you, everybody who's been competing the last couple of weeks. It's been so great to see so many familiar faces. Everyone are winners, but here are the top 10 teams tonight. In 10th place tonight, we've got 3 teams tied for 10th. We've got, I went to Toronto and all I got was 3 paid sick days. You are tied in 10th with Portal Pilgrims. Thank you for another month. You're welcome for another month. As well, tied for 10th, A Tribe Called Questions. Congratulations, those 3 teams making the top 10. In 9th, 2 teams tonight. We've got Robert Cajun tied with Tit Soup. Congratulations to those teams in 9th. 3 teams in 8th tonight. D's Nuts, CrustaceanHub.com, and Portrait of an Artist as a young dog. You were tied for 8 out of 47 teams, not too shabby. In 7th tonight, sole place in 7th. Cork Soakers, well done. You are just 1 point back from 6th. And in 6th tonight, we've got Dollarama School for Public Health. In 5th tonight, also solo in 5th, we've got Thigh Masters of the Universe. In 4th place tonight, 2 teams tying for 4th. 2 teams that have been here since the beginning, and we thank them for it. Jackie Channing Tatum and Monocle Horse. Well done. In 3rd place tonight, we have 3 teams tied for 3rd. We have Cotton Balls, Dan's My Man, and Doug Ford's Windy Tent. You folks are tied for 3rd. Unfortunately, not getting a prize, but you are just 3 points back from 2nd place. 2nd place tonight, COVID-19, Simba's mom has got it going on, is in 2nd place tonight. You are getting a 12-pack of Steam Whistle beer. You were 3 points back from the 1st place team tonight, which is a hat that 90s needs a sicker curve. I can't do curves, but I appreciate your advice. Congratulations, though. You are in 1st place tonight. Congratulations, though, to all teams who have made the effort. 10th place score, you're wondering, Jay? 10th place score tonight was 49, 7 points above average. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I will definitely see everyone again, whether that's next Friday or not, TBD. Follow along to find out. Instagram is Quizzing in Quarantine. Facebook is Drink Think TO. This is the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And more importantly, please continue to be good to each other. Get those vaccines. I don't know. Just let's get back to normal. And until then, thank you for joining us here. I will 100% go get some sleep right now. I don't even think I'll make it through my normal evening of Netflix. I will just go right to bed. Have a lovely Friday. Thank you all. Stay safe, and we will see you again soon.